So we got to prep a turkey, right? Because if you're going to deep fat fry your birds, you've got to get them ready to go. So what I always do is after I thaw them out, right? So that's typically they're on the countertop outside the refrigerator or freezer for at least, 12 hours. Then I'll put them in the refrigerator for a couple of days to make sure they're good and thawed out, because you don't want a frozen bird. Anyways, but the first thing I do is I trim off all the excess fat off the turkey, maybe some extra skin and stuff like that. I want to get that stuff off the bird. This one's got a lot of neck skin. That's just going to get in the way later. So I'll trim that off. So we get the neck skin off and all the extra, and I take the shells off too, because I just don't eat bird tails. I don't eat them. I don't like them. But so I get those off. But then I do some injectables, right? Because that stuff's really good. It's got a lot of flavor. Before you do it, you want to make sure you get it good and shook up, because you don't want all the seasonings, because they're going to settle to the bottom. And that's not where they need to be. You need them suspended and ready to go. And then you, anyways, and then you take your little ejector. And you gotta add 2 holes, because if you don't, you can't get it out, right? And I do it this way so I can kind of lean the bottle and get a bunch of that in there. And then I just go around the brass and just a little bit, and a bunch of different spots. And so later, when you're deep fat frying the turkey, it's going to sear the outside of the meat, right? And so it's going to lock all these juices inside, and boy, when you go to eat it, it's going to be so good. So I do that a lot. And I really just go overboard with this. I don't care. I'll use a whole bottle, or at least 3/4 of a bottle on one bird, and so these birds, I got one bird that's a 16 pounder, the other one's a 13 pounder, and so get that going. Because you'll even see it'll start dripping out everywhere, and as you put it in, you'll see it even swell up and stuff, because all those juices in there. And so I do that everywhere on this bird. I really want as much of this injectable seasoning inside the skin as possible, underneath the layers of the meat, and it adds so much more flavor to the bird when you go to eat it tomorrow. Because we're doing this, I mentioned it before, we're doing this the day before. So we're going to fry these birds tomorrow, not today, because we want them to sit overnight. And so I'm going to get them all good and injected, and then I'm going to rub them down really good with my grub rub. This is a grub rub I use. I like this stuff a lot. It's got a great flavor to it. Anyway, so I'm going to rub them down really good with that after I get the birds all good and injected. I'm going to get back here in the back where all the dark meat is. I'm actually a real fan of the dark meat, so we want to get that all flavored up also, and stuff. Then after we're done with that, there we go. I'm gonna rub them down real good, and so hit it with some grub rub. Go. Like I said, I'll do it on the back too. And rub it down really good. Okay. And then
Well, I heard about a man in Arkansas. Well, he told me he was looking for a job. He tried everything he could. He did what they said he should, but I saw Arkansas take it all. And he said, oh Lord, you're taking my pain. Oh Lord, I got nowhere to stay. Oh Lord, just a bumming around. some town. She was holding up a sign for downtown, looking for some work. She just needs a little perk. Well, I saw society just to let her be. She said, oh Lord, I'm taking my pay. Oh Lord, I got nowhere to stay. Oh Lord, just a bumming around the day. Whoa, hey! Well, I've been to every town across this land. I try to see the beauty, the best I can.
There we go. So we're gonna wrap these up, put them in the refrigerator, let them sit overnight, let the meat just suck up all those spices and stuff, and then we'll fry them in the morning. Okay, so early Thanksgiving Day morning, you want to pull your turkeys out of the refrigerator because you want to give them a chance to get to room temperature, because the last thing you want to do is drop a really cold turkey in a hot thing of grease. So that's what we're doing today. Get them out, get them ready to go, let them warm up a little bit before we put them in the grease. So we got to heat our oil. Here's a tip for you: store your peanut oil in the house overnight. So like last night, it was pretty cold, and if you left it in the garage, well, now it's cold too, so it takes even longer to heat the oil up, because it's going to take probably about 45 minutes to an hour to get this oil to temperature. So you got to figure that in. So I like my turkey hot. I mean, right out of the fryer when it's time to eat. So what I do is I work backwards. So I think of, okay, we're going to eat at this time, and I've got this many pounds of turkey meat I've got to cook, 3.5 minutes per pound. Then I figure in addition to that, like an hour to heat the grease to get it to temperature. So, so that's what we're doing right now. We're going to go ahead and start heating up the grease, getting it ready to go, and getting it nice and hot so we can put that turkey in here. Okay, so just safety tips. Get your burner, don't do it in the garage. Get it out open so that if there's a fire intake, you're not going to burn your house down. And just be really cautious and careful about putting it on. Get it heated up. There we go. So let's get it heated up. We'll put our turkey in there once we get the temperature. So we're getting everything ready to go. We're getting our basket ready for our turkey. So we've got our turkey, it's been sitting out, so we're getting it up to room temperature. We got the grease. The grease is outside and it's frying up and it's almost the temperature, so we're getting ready to go. So I get my bird and I put them in the basket. There you go. Okay. So now we're gonna go out and we're gonna put it in the fryer. So anyway, the wind has kind of picked up. So we made us a little makeshift wall to kind of cover the wind so it's not blowing on our cooker too bad. And if you'll look down here at our thermometer, and it says we're there, but the thing is, when you drop that cold turkey in there, so it's not cold, it's room temperature, it's been sitting out on the counter for a couple hours, it's going to drop the temperature of that grease substantially, and then you got to get back up the temperature. So what I like to do is let it go a little into the red, not a lot, but a little bit, so that when I put it in the grease, it's not such a drastic drop. So anyway, so we're going to put this turkey in this grease. Ready? Okay, so most important, home fire extinguisher. Make sure it's rated for liquids or grease. And our in-house OSHA inspector has approved this fire extinguisher. So put this part in this grease. Just closer. You got to do it nice and slow. You don't want to drop it down in there and let it splash. There we go. All that heat is searing the outside of this bird, And by searing the meat, it locks in all those juices, and it makes it where it's such a juicy turkey instead of those dried out baked turkeys. This is the way to go right here, brother. Okay, so we are cooking. We're cooking with grease. Actually, it's peanut oil. We'll put our lid back on. There. Okay, so yeah, as you can tell, the temperature dropped quite a bit, but we're there. We're in the green zone. So we're cooking. 3.5 minutes a pound, and we're gonna have fantastic turkey for Thanksgiving. Here we are. Turkey's time to come out. So let's see. Okay, so we're taking the turkey lid out. We sing, oh Lord, taking my pain. Oh Lord, I got nowhere to stay. Oh Lord, just a bummer. You gotta lift it up. You gotta hold it. You see all that peanut oil in the cavity of this turkey. You gotta let all of that drain out. Definitely don't want to leave that in there. A little bit more. Okay, here we go. You just transfer it over to the pan. Okay, so now we're going to take it inside and swap it out. We got one more bird to cook. Here. Oh my God. Look at that. That's a beautiful bird right there. Okay, so we got one more bird to go. Well, I saw a gal standing in some town. She was holding up a sign for downtown. Looking for some work, she just needs a little perk. Well, I saw society just to let her be. Let's go put it in the fryer. Okay, so we're doing perfect. Okay, so you got to get you a little nice edge on your knife, and if you want to see us fantastic YouTube videos on how to make handles on your knife, just check out one of my previous videos. I can put the link below if you'd like. Anyway, so we're going to cut into this bird and see what it's like on the inside. Oh wow, look how juicy that is. That's amazing. Yeah, there you go. That's our bird. That's Thanksgiving. So, happy Turkey Day and fry your bird. Come on now, let me hear it sing it. Oh Lord, take